Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Today we are going to discuss about the role of manager in the managerial economics. The managerial economics is considered to be a guideline for any business manager, as it is used as a management tool for creating or for the purpose of making an effective decision in the business practice. Of course, in the corporate world, manager is supposed to take some decision, but this managerial economics is considered as a management tool to help out how to take a decision. This subject is a part of microeconomics, and it focuses on concept of business by using a required concept mainly from economics, and there is a provision for inclusion of other non-economic concepts which are useful for the business. Normally, the role of manager is divided into three categories. What are the three categories? One is the general duties, the routine. The second one is the specific duties. Some particular project or task, there will be some specific duties. And finally, as when you are running a business, there are some certain responsibility will be there. So the role of manager is divided into three categories. One is general duties, second one is specific duties, and third one is other business responsibilities. The routine day-to-day affairs are categorized under general duties. Then what is specific? Based on the specific task decided by the management or categorized under special duties. And all other work considered for the running the business are called business responsibilities. Instead of making mention of work about the managing in general or specific business responsibilities, it is better to give some what to say, a new task. Now I'm going to play a management game. All of you kindly participate. This is a question that I am raising. All of you type in the chat box. What do you have to type? You have to write any three words which must have ACT continuously. I'm giving one example. Action. See, ACT. And similarly for reaction, see, REACT is come. The third one is enact. So I request all of you to type any three words. Now I am not sharing that. I am going to the chat box now. Please type any three word which has ACT. Your time starts now. What happened? Ajay Prasad is writing active, activity. Good. Then Jarita, reaction. I think I have given that word. Then why you are writing the same word? Give some other word. What about others? Jayasree, Akshaya. It may be a prefix or it may be a suffix, or in between the words it may come. Actionable. Wow, nice word. See, some of you in your mind it is actor or actress, but you are hesitating to type. That I know. Now Jayasree is typed the actress. Oh. I ask you to type three words. You people are writing only one word. Come on. Actively by Akshaya. Okay. What happened? Why you are writing only one word? Type any 3 words. Activated. Get it as second word. Ajay Prasad, acting. Shall I answer? Shall I say some words with the ACT? Once again, I'm going to share the screen. Now I'm going to type the word. Most of you now, you have written a word like actor, actress, action, activated. See, a good manager should not give these kind of words. Then how a good manager will give? Whenever you join the business administration, you are a student of business administration, you are going to become a great manager. So the best word in the world as far as the ACT phrase is concerned is, I'm going to type, just see. First word I have to say manufacture. Whether this word has ACT with it, I think you will accept. Imagine if there is no manufacturing in the world, what will happen? You cannot have electronic phone or laptop, no table, no chair, no fan, no light. Nothing is produced. In the absence of manufacturing, we will get back to the Stone Age. கற்கால மனிதனா மாற வேண்டி இருக்கும். எல்லாமே ப்ரொடியூஸ் பண்ணி தான் இருக்கு. So as a manager, hereafter, keep in mind your attitude should be related with the manufacture. Am I right? So hereafter, if anybody asking, write a word with the ACT means first word you should say manufacture. Am I right? Suppose if you say you want to manufacture some product, you need a place now where you will produce. The second best word is factory. See whether this word is having ACT with it. Yes, it is. Why? Because we need manufacturing process. For that we need some place. That place we used to call it as factory. So as a management student, the next best word to say with the phrase ACT is, first one is manufacturing, second one is factory. Then rise a question, why we have to manufacture that too in the factory? There should be some purpose. What is the purpose? Transact. Whether this word is having ACT? Yes, it is. In the suffix you have the ACT. For the purpose of transacting, we are manufacturing goods in the factory. Suppose you have produced the product for the purpose of transacting. Whether with whom you have to transact? For that you need contact. Right? This is called human resource. All these things, suppose you want to produce some product, from where you can produce, you need a base. Base in the sense the input. The input is extracted from the natural resources. What are the natural resources? It is land. Not only land. From the land, you have to put your skill or you have to put the man hours. So the second one is the labor. Then you have to invest something. For that you need a capital and you have to administrate organization. All these four we used to call it as factors of production. Whether that factors is having ACT with it, I hope you understand. Factor is ACT for us. So the best word next to that is factors of production. With these factors of production, we are manufacturing the product in the factory in order to transact based on your contact level. Suppose you start a business and you having good contact, other thing, there should be some approval. Failing which is not, there should be some legal binding. So The next word that you should write is contract. That is Indian Contract Act 1872. Why it is saying there must be an offer and acceptance, and there should be a consideration. There should be a minor contract, and how you have to make the sale. What are the criteria for transacting a good? What are the legal binding in it? Whether it is quasi contract, valid or void. So different types of legal binding in the. So I just given some of the words. If you see, ACT is a keyword which may give an elaborate idea about the role of manager. How we can, now I'm going to explain different tasks with the word ACT. In the end of the session, I'm going to list out, there will be 13 prescribed functions for the manager. These 13 are extracted from the keyword ACT Act. There are 13 prescribed functions for the manager which are extracted from the keyword managerial economics. Actually, the key is applicable for all disciplines, but it is opt for the managerial economics, especially for the role of manager. Shall we see how it is? The keyword of managerial economics is act. Every an instruction to the manager is presented to all key factors of manager and administrative is involved in this particular keyword. The business economy relies in 4 major factors. What are they? Land, labor, capital, and what we call it is the factors of production. Just now I told. So factor is the first keyword. Then the role of manager is involved with the factors of production. With the help of these 4 factors of production, the manager should start the production of the product. How we used to call it as, it is called manufacturing. Once he or she need to manufacture a particular product, it demands a place to produce. Am I right? What is a place name? It is called factory. The purpose of manufacturing the product in a factory, what is the purpose? I already told you, to transact. Transacting the manufacturing product in a factory must have the expectation for the consumer. What he wants, you should know. How we have to term, the technical term for its need is called satisfaction. Have you seen ACT in that? Yes, it is. It is present. You can see. In order to know the expectation of the consumer, the manager should reach the consumer. It is called contact, human resource. So the next thing, after understanding the requirement of the consumer, it is a duty of the manager to enter the legal binding to the supplier, distributor, creditor, debtor, all these things. For that, we need a legal act called contract. After production and distribution of the product, the manager should know the feedback from the customer, whether he is satisfied or not, or whether he need an improvement in the product, all these things. How we can get, in order to improve or expand the business, the economic technical term is called impact. Whether ACT is there? Yes, it is. You can see. For the purpose of endorsing the particular parties related to the business, the manager should proceed with the work is called enact. Suppose you take some decision, how to implement, not to enact it, otherwise it is not possible. So it is a duty of the manager to maintain the quality of the product by initiating the legislation we used to call as an act. Whichever Industrial Act, Industrial Development Act, Essential Commodities Act, all these end with the term act. Keeping the accounts for the business and sharing the essence of the business report, we used to call it as abstract, because how much goods are sold, when we have purchased, what are the purchase return, what are the sales return, whether it is bill receivable or not, what are the bad debts, all these things we need a financial statement. We used to call it as abstract. Balance sheet. The overall governance of this particular business depends on a particular deal. It is called interact. Without interaction, business will not be improved. What you understand from others, you have to interact with them and you should know what they think or what they expect. Without interaction, nothing may happen. So it may pave way for innovating a new strategies and policies for the business. Finally, we used to call it as practice. All these things should be practiced. Whether that practice is having ACT, yes, it is having ACT. So the role of manager in a managerial economics, how you have to keep in mind, simply have a keyword act. There are 13 key functions. which are called first one factors of production, second one manufacture, third one factory, and satisfaction, transact, contact, contract, impact, enact, act, abstract, interact, and practice. These are the key words for explaining the role of function. How to say for factors of production, the business economics are taking a decision. Dealing with the land, labor, capital is called factors of production. Suppose the manager is dealing with the material handling like raw material, semi-finished or finished product, it is called materials management. It is one of the subject. Then in factory, dealing with the production process and production layout and other type of industry, this subject is called production management. Then you should know about the satisfaction of the consumer. It is dealing with the quality of control measures and how to conduct the production process and how to distribute all these things. All these things coming under Six Sigma or PQM or supply chain management. These are all the elective subject in your degree. And how to transact it? You should deal with the supplier, distributor, and consumer. It is called marketing management. Then dealing not only with the customer but also with the employees, then it is called human resource management. This is one of the subjects. Dealing with the legal issue and other statutory provision, then it is called legal framework of the business law. Indian Contract Act 1872 is one of the subject in your degree. So whenever you want to know what the customer expects, dealing with a new method and strategy to improve the business, then it is called strategic management. In the fourth year, you may get this particular subject. And dealing with the employees and completion of legal formalities are like industrial approval or industrial license and other government formalities. We used to call it as legislation related with the industry, Industrial Development Act, Industrial Dispute Act. All these things you should understand. This is also a part of your MBA. Dealing with the government affairs like registering the company, how to prepare the prospects, how to file the returns, and all these things coming under legal system of the business. So this is one of the subject. Dealing with your accounts like bookkeeping accounts for the purpose of auditing or including the financial management and corporate accounts maintenance, all these things coming under financial accounts or management accounts. These are also subject of your degree. Then finally interact, dealing with the customer, how to conduct a market survey and how to forecast the demand for a product. All these things coming under customer relationship management, CRM. And how to communicate with them, it is called business communication. I think in the first semester itself you have this particular subject, business communication. And finally, how to practice this, the system of material management and planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, all these things. We used to call it as business management. That is the main subject for the management. So all these 17 subjects is the integral part of the business practices. That is why these are all dealing with the role of manager. That is why this particular course I have included. These are the subjects in the integrated MBA. Once you are familiar with these subjects, you know what is the role of a manager. So don't think it is a theory. The managerial economics is the content of the entire MBA because it is the mother of all subjects. With this, I am winding the class. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. In this weekend, this particular table you should write in your notebook. Okay, better write all these things. First, keep it in mind. Whenever role of manager is asked, have a keyword. What is act? What are the word is having? Think like a manager. We have to manufacture a good. So manufacturing having ACT. Where we can produce in the factory, ACT is there. For what the purpose of that transaction? To whom we are giving customer satisfaction? How we can reach contact? How to get the legal binding contract? How to produce these goods with the other resources? 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, organization. How to get the customer relation? Definitely CRM will be there. For marketing management, you have to study about the impact. So ACT is a key word to explain what is the role of manager in a business. It's a confirmed section C question. Have a better reading and writing. Definitely, you will score 20 marks out of it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now.